Any who oppose us shall know only the end of our blades!
Wo Long was Team Ninja's answer to Sekiro, after Nioh was their answer to Dark Souls. Nioh changed the Souls concept to hardcore action with combos and complex samurai moves. Wo Long, on the other hand, gave the parry-focused duels from Sekiro an elaborate risk and reward system. Instead of mainly testing your reflexes like in Sekiro, in Wo Long you also have to manage your moves economically. If you read your opponent's right, you're allowed spells and special attacks, which will deplete the energy you gain from good performance. After you get the hang of it, you will be rewarded, as is typical with Team Ninja games, with hefty animations, which make it especially motivating to master the fights. Even more so since many opponents offer nice parry patterns. Judging by the reviews, this was well received. But apparently not, according to some statistics. On Xbox, just little over 30% made it through the first boss, the others dropped out. Even among the positive reviews, it was often said that Wo Long only clicked after dozens of tries at the first boss. If you think you've halfway understood this muscle man, he'll pull out another face right after. By intuition, you want to play the game like a standard hack and slay at this point, which is all wrong, but the game doesn't tell you. Now, I am absolutely against too much handholding. After all, people love From games, among other things, because they skimp on tutorials. But they do that because they naturally introduce their systems, not because they want to annoy players. And you have to say, Sekiro had similar problems. People played it like Souls at first, because it didn't make it clear enough that the duels had to be played differently than the brute brawling in Souls. Wo Long is even more complex than Sekiro, but does not introduce the systems any better. Actually, Wo Long is full of annoying tutorial boxes, but they only explain banalities or mislead. Understanding the meaning of all its bars, among other things, is already assumed, and the hints on dodging don't mention that the mechanics are still best with normal blocking. And in the heat of the moment you might overlook that you can end the second phase of the boss halfway through already by activating your God Beast or whatever. It's all wrong. Too many info boxes, but too little info in the wrong places. Before the final release, Team Ninja had gathered feedback on beta demos, which many also approached incorrectly. So they made adjustments afterwards, like larger parry time frames. Oddly though, this complicated two-phase boss was moved from the third stage right to the beginning. Many other games also have roadblock bosses, where you have to learn the mechanics for good in order to continue. In Sekiro, that would be Genjiro, who at least isn't right at the beginning. In Ninja Gaiden, which Team Ninja was known for before making Souls clones, the first hardcore boss also came at the intro, but the basic mechanics were much simpler there. If you understand what the first Wo Long boss is going for, he also isn't too crazy either, and the enemies after him then feel like child's play. But figuring the game logic out feels arbitrary, and not like a natural learning curve. Little handholding is absolutely something to be appreciated in an era of overwhelming icons and tutorials. But the opposite should not mean throwing people into incomprehensible boss fights, but to meaningfully make challenges that build upon each other to introduce you into the game.